Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome again to Samadhi Game, to our always, forever, everywhere thing Love Now broadcast. We're going to be dedicating today's broadcast to eternity, to what we all strive for. What are we all striving for? We're all striving for love. And we don't want to wait any longer. And I thought that maybe what we would do to begin this broadcast is read a quote from someone that I know and love very much. And I'll read it and I'll tell you who it is. I wanted to say, this is the quote, "I pray that love and light will prevail and Boston will overcome. We are often at our best when things are at their worst. But to push hatred back into darkness, we must light the way with empathy, concern, compassion. We feel right now and carry it into our everyday life. If this was a lone, angry, sick coward, perhaps a simple act of kindness could have possibly changed the course of events. You never know. And at the very least, more brotherhood from sea to shining sea will never hurt. After all, it's what America is all about. United, we stand." And that quote is from Christy Brinkley, my sister. We've reposted it here this morning on Samadhi Game Tribe in honor of all of those who were lost at the Boston Marathon.
And who lost limbs.
And who lost parts of their bodies and who are suffering in hospitals and trying to recover. And to all of those ailing souls out there that have lost the way, that think that somehow violence can lead us into a better civilization. At least that's what they're thinking.
Yeah.
Let's find a way to love and forgive and move forward with light rather than hatred.
Yeah.
Hatred spawns hatred. Light spawns light. Empathy, compassion, forgiveness, ongoingness.
Yeah.
We've been playing some very beautiful, tall and strong music this morning on Samadhi Game. Some of my favorite for Samadhi Games. It always tunes me up. It makes me feel as though Samadhi Game is an effective and true path of enlightenment. As I listen to this music, I can hear the strains of Samadhi Game in it. And I think that's what we all need to do now, is we all need to stand tall and strong, not in anger, but in integrity. And in standing in that integrity, each one of us sharing that presence of integrity with our neighbor, with the next neighbor, and the next neighbor, until the entire planet is lit by candles up strong, holding strong, standing tall in the light. And so, shall we give some of Samadhi Game?
Yes, please.
Okay. What it is, I just have to just preface this for those who are new to Samadhi Game. Samadhi Game is a manifesto of enlightenment. It's a sequence of affirmations that are put together in such a way that it builds a momentum of your higher self affirmation. If you were sitting in silent meditation and you were actually listening to the flow of prana through your heart, you might yourself come up with these same mantras. These mantras are based on an eternal foreverness, a loving nowness. And so you can feel pretty secure that these represent your higher self. And as you give them, allow yourself to feel the descent of your higher self into your four lower bodies. Let's start with the shadowless light of Samadhi, its feeling, tone, and state of knowing. Come on. O glorious shadowless light of eternity, that brilliance of I am Samadhi, shining in the void as 10,000 suns, descend, 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 as the tangible substance of loving splendor, dazzling intelligence and palpable power, for all to absorb and identify with. The full...
The full...
Let me just move this over just a little bit so we can see.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
As the
Full and only authority throughout the earth,
the
boundless treasure house of the universe, and our infinite I am Samadhi, of scintillating fire and dazzling light, that I am. I release the power of mastery without limit now, revealing the self and flooding forth perfect miracles and all activities, bringing to pass the enlightenment of the ages, and letting every being on earth sense and surrender to the intimacy of this light.
Everywhere, the fullness of
This self-expanding is love, wisdom, and joy forever. Now, great songs of praise and gratitude burst forth from the heart of humanity for that silent splendor poured out to all. Now, pure love flows forth from the heart of the secret love star, drenching the earth with the glory and ecstasy of golden pink liquid light. Now, the oneness of supreme love, wisdom, and blazing joy overwhelms this whirl of duality in its glowing orb of transmutation, reconciliation, and dominion, making of Terra a smiling sun of everlasting, all-powerful, limitless light, casting no shadow, and in which only that absolute perfection can forever dwell. Now I am limitless gifts of all good things, anointing the earth with abundance, healing, and happiness for all mankind. O presence of a shadowless light from out the great silence, we identify with thee now. I am the elation and exhilaration, freedom and liberation of this eternal experience and gnosis of Samadhi, its ecstatic hearing, blissful feeling, cosmic scent, sublime taste, and immaculate vision, holding all safely within that compassionate diamond heart forever. I intensify this feeling tone of I am shadowless light, in acknowledgement, acceptance, and awareness, surrender, devotion, and adoration, for this state of knowing that, this all-pervading I am Samadhi, the intelligence of the heart that is divine illumination. I, and here you can actually say a name for yourself. I, and I can name myself as always, forever, everywhere, thing, love, now, am awake, as is the Ascended Master Jesus, Buddha, Krishna, all of the great ones, to this shadowless light, its healing tone and state of knowing, that I am that never sleeps and enjoys all, now and forever. That I am that never sleeps and enjoys all, now and forever. That I am that never sleeps and enjoys all, now and forever. Today is
Wednesday. Now is when.
Now is when. And it's vitally important. As we think about our prayers for what's happened here on Monday, I'm sure we're all thinking about, oh, what if, oh, if this had happened and if this had happened. Let's try and translate that into a nowness. Let's pretend for a moment that all our prayers for goodwill, for blessings, for harmonies, for repairs, for healing were already manifest. Let's pretend for a moment. Allow yourself to feel now the fantastic world of peace, as though your prayer had already been answered, feeling now. Let's just go ahead and meditate and feel now this fantastic world of peace. Always, forever, everywhere, everything, love it now. This is an active meditation. You actually actualize yourself into this now of peace. You snap into it. And you sit tall and strong in it. Oh, how good it is. Let's give the English version of this song. I bow to the samadhi within myself. I bow to the samadhi within myself, known as Lord Shiva, that is the true teacher. This samadhi that I am takes the form of truth, consciousness, and bliss. I am always present and full of peace. I am always present and full of peace. I am always present and full of peace. I am completely free and I sparkle with the divine luster. And we'll go straight into the opening pillar of light, the pillar of the world, a mantra that ensconces us in this peace. Sublime I am samadhi that I am, enfolding me now in that mighty, magic, electronic pillar of cosmic light substance. My identification with its magnificent humility and thoughtful creativity, so powerful and complete, that I artfully and magically alter every polarity with healing unity. Within this majestic pillar of light blazes that love as the violet, compassionate flame. Into and around my etheric, mental, emotional, and physical bodies, effortlessly dissolving, consuming, transmuting, and reconciling the dualities of my human ego, charging my world and all I contact with the tangible substance, living awareness, and conscious activity, the presence and superconscious samadhi of all enlightened beings, liberated and ascended masters, seeing, feeling, and hearing this light as it shines, radiates, and resonates within me as a visible pillar of the world, stabilized, supported, and sustained by the brilliant, elegant One,
and infinitely sensitive
to that invulnerable state of divine I am samadhi. We'll give it another 2 times through, etching the thoughts of this, the feelings of this, into our minds, our bodies, our feeling worlds. Sublime I am samadhi that I am, enfolding me now in that mighty, magic, electronic pillar of cosmic light substance. My identification with its magnificent humility and thoughtful creativity, so powerful and complete, that I artfully and magically alter every polarity with healing unity. Within this majestic pillar of light blazes that love as the violet, compassionate flame. Into and around my etheric, mental, emotional, and physical bodies, effortlessly dissolving, consuming, transmuting, and reconciling the dualities of my human ego,
charging my world and all I
contact with the tangible substance, living awareness, and conscious activity, the presence and superconscious samadhi of all enlightened beings, liberated and ascended masters, seeing, feeling, and hearing this light as it shines, radiates, and resonates within me as a visible pillar of the world, stabilized, supported, and sustained by the brilliant, elegant One, and infinitely sensitive to that invulnerable state of divine I am samadhi. And one last time through. Sublime I am samadhi that I am, enfolding me now in that mighty, magic, electronic pillar of cosmic light substance. My identification with its magnificent humility and thoughtful creativity, so powerful and complete, that I artfully and magically alter every polarity with healing unity. Within this majestic pillar of light blazes that love as the violet compassionate flame, interwoven around my etheric, mental, emotional, and physical bodies, effortlessly dissolving, consuming, transmuting, and reconciling the dualities of my human ego, charging my world and all I contact with the tangible substance, living awareness, and conscious activity, the presence and superconscious samadhi of all enlightened beings, liberated and ascended masters, seeing, feeling, and hearing this light as it shines, radiates, and resonates within me as a visible pillar of the world, stabilized, supported, and sustained by the brilliant, elegant One, and infinitely sensitive to that invulnerable state of divine I Am Samadhi. We'll give the Om. Eternity is my home. I do all that is necessary to actualize this ever-fresh realization and organize my life around it. These are vows. We're vowing with each word, we're saying each word that this is how we will live today. We don't often do that. It's rare in the world at large that anyone says, I'm going to live this way today. And set a matrix for their lives. Often I think people will find inspiration from a great master or a great saint or a great person that they might know. But they're a little bit unconscious about trying to live it out in their lives. And I think with Samadhi Game what we do is we assume now that we are living this way. We don't wait. We're not waiting to put this into action. We're actually living now as the enlightened one. We accept the enlightenment here and now rather than waiting for some day off in the future. And we translate this same nowness to the prayer that millions are giving up right now for peace, for understanding, for forgiveness, for reconciliation, for compassion, empathy, everything that is good and noble and holy coming out of this darkness of Monday. Everyone's wanting and praying for this. Let's actualize it now. Actualize as though this world were a glowing orb of peace, a university of the spirit, the entire planet. Every step we take is shining. Every pathway that we walk on is reflecting beauty back up into our feet. Everywhere around us, people are laughing and smiling, learning and smiling at one another. So let's just pretend for a moment. Why not? Why not pretend? We'll go to a movie and we'll watch a movie and we'll see all of the imagination of the director and the writer and the producer put up there on the screen. But why do we have to wait for them to do it? We can do it right now in our own minds, imagining a beautiful Boston, a beautiful New York City, downtown Manhattan, a beautiful Los Angeles, an absolutely perfect Albuquerque. We can imagine everyone smiling and happy and doing their gift gone. Actually allow yourself to feel as though this were already done. These are active meditations. These mantras of Samadhi Game are active meditations, and you are entering into them with your own volition. It doesn't just happen. It takes your volition to enter into these mantras. Your willingness to say, yes, I am that. And every moment of every day it takes that volition to say, I am that, rather than the dual human ego. So let's go again and give another mantra, heartfelt, tangible samadhi. Are you that?
I am that.
O Great Spirit, O Mighty I Am Samadhi at the center of all creation, radiant with illuminating fire, O heartfelt parent of all sons and sons, pour forth that life-giving power and fan the spark of that divinity on the altar of my heart. Amplify and magnify this spark by the fire breath of the whole I Spirit, into the potent God flame that I am. O the shimmering fountain of life, that I hear, feel, smell, taste, and see within me. I choose this constant cascade of liquid light, actively receiving its shimmering directive radiance, tangibly and powerfully manifest in my experience. I open the innermost temple of love within this evident, celestial, cosmic fire. I manifest that life and light for our healing and regeneration, letting the breath, height, fullness, and crown of the solar radiance of the sun behind the sun appear. I stand forth. Revealed in and through me is the neutral witness that Christos, Krishna, Buddha, Allah, Arrow, and Monarch, Divine Mother, Father, Son, Goddess, awareness. I am the visible, audible, and tangible flame of eternal life, breathing to the planet source, to the root of my being. Liquid rays of light, flooding my chakras, seated upon their lotus stones of love, molten gold of enlightenment, shivering ascension up my spine, crowning my awareness with the diamond rays of attainment. As the white fire beam of my heart, I dynamically emanate and transmit this audible, tangible, fragrant, delectable, and visible substance of living samadhi as creativity and direction. I am a sun in the palace of the shining void, this temple, a glistening world of infinite space, the process of my transformations, sounding the melodies, harmonies, and rhythms of the great solar symphony. I am the dazzling flame of life, here and now, because I am nowhere else but everywhere forever. I am Samadhi's palpable joy, tactile glory, and felt perfection of boundless being. I am that, I am that, I am that. I am always, forever, everywhere thing loving now. I am always, forever, everywhere thing loving now. I am always, forever, everywhere thing loving now. In embodiment, in embodiment, in embodiment. I am oneness lived. I am oneness lived. I am oneness lived. With no equivocation, these mantras affirm the beauty and glory of the world that we're all seeking here and now. There is no doubt about it. When you say these words, there is no place else you can be other than your higher self. You just can't be in the stream of the dual human ego and in the stream of your higher, noble, forever, always, everywhere loving, everywhere thing self, and in the dual human ego at the same time. And so when we say these mantras, we put ourselves squarely into the hands of the Lord God Almighty. As I am. And we allow ourselves to resonate and vibrate and feel the goodness of being there, rather than feeling in the push and the pull of the dual human ego. I am oneness lived. I am oneness lived. I am oneness lived. I am forgiveness. I am compassion. I am nobility. I am courage. I am tall and strong. All of that is my higher nature and yours too. And we say it, and we believe it, and we live it now. You're not going to wait and ask, well, maybe sometime in the future I will have this quality and I might live as a great master. Maybe I'll be a yogi and Maybe one day I'll have an enlightenment.
Now is the time.
Now. We're living full on now. Let's go ahead and give the affirmation and prayer of the divine masculine presence and power. This is a rewriting of Jesus' Our Father, the great prayer that he wrote. O sacred masculine essence of my eternal being, Holy One in my core, I am that I am. I am that divine masculinity within me now. I am the will of that kingly consciousness being done. I am the unchanging awareness of each moment, the natural spaciousness of each instant. On earth that I am, even as I am that in heaven. This sacred, tangible silence, death to my ego, source of my sustenance. This radiant gift of love, heart of my purpose, the Dharma freely given to all. This shining void of stillness consumes every temptation of duality. This presence of samadhi dispels all cross-currents of the human ego. I am transfiguration's total surrender, forgiveness, and reconciliation. I am resurrection's focus of wisdom and power. I am the absolute cooperation with the inevitable, ascension's expanding glory of eternal victory. All this freedom forevermore I am. Om. Peace. Amen. I am. And let's go on and give this mantra, the affirmation and prayer of the Divine Feminine, the direct and connected fullness of beauty and forgiving grace. I am the Divine Feminine, the direct and connected fullness of beauty and forgiving grace. With me now in the intuition, dance, and relations of my heart, chalicing the hallowed vision, purpose, and paradigm of the Golden Age dawning. Blessed queens of Buddhic, angelic, and Christic realms, Kuan Yin, Queen Tara, Holy Mary, O Pallas Athena, Parvati, Sarasvati, Lakshmi, whom I am. Here are calls for compassion, wholeness, and the manifest oneness in the flesh. And here you may formulate consciously in words aloud your intention, your prayer. It can be abstract, it can be concrete, be very specific, very general, however you want to formulate it. Go ahead. See and feel as though this intention were already manifest. Now mint this intention into a golden coin, and toss this coin into your intentions into the fountain of your life that swirls and dances all about you as we say together, guide us, intensify our path, the direct and connected fullness of beauty and forgiving grace, the manifest experience of healing and truth, and the mastery, liberation, and triumph of enlightenment. I am the cradled babe of eternity, safe in the bosom of omnipresence. I am the cradled babe of eternity, safe in the bosom of omnipresence. I am the cradled babe of eternity, safe in the bosom of omnipresence. We've just given both the masculine and the feminine sides of being, the Ida and the Pingala, the dual caduceus that is winding itself about the spiral, the stalk of the staff of life, our spinal stalk. And we'll now give nothing silence, sounding life, sounding light, as an affirmation that allows these two concepts of masculine and feminine to wind themselves even more fully, more quickly, more integrated around this stalk, this staff of life, our spinal stalk. I am zero, the great yang, the vast silence, the undisturbed stillness, radiating an antakarana of oneness, the sounding of love alone, the essence of life and light, strength, courage, beauty, and perfection. I am nothing silence, I am sounding light, I am whole in universe, luminous golden white. I am nothing silence, I am sounding light, I am whole in universe, luminous golden white. I am nothing silence, I am sounding light, I am whole and universe, luminous golden white. In the stillness within, existence I am births to an active great yin radiance, spreading throughout the vastness. I am conscious silence, stalwart I command, stoic inspiration, I am God in man. I am conscious silence, stalwart I command,
stoic inspiration,
I am God in man. I am conscious silence, stalwart I command, stoic inspiration, I am God in man. Louder and louder the great mother I am, muses inspires, hums and sings songs of new life, a glad music of my heart. I am sacred rhythm, my keynote harmony, this melody is truth, the light held high and free. I am sacred rhythm, my keynote harmony, this melody is truth, the light held high and free. I am sacred rhythm, my keynote harmony, this melody is truth, the light held high and free. Born now anew, I receive and I accept this Christos, Krishna, Buddha, Allah, Pharaoh, Monarch, Divine Mother, Father, Sun conscious awareness. Seven altar sacred, flaming paraclete, my forehead now emblazoned, I am come complete. Seven altar sacred, flaming paraclete, my forehead now emblazoned, I am come complete. Seven altar sacred, flaming paraclete, my forehead now emblazoned, I am come complete. In the advertising world, which we all accept daily, every day we turn on the television, we're accepting, we're going to be bombarded with advertisements for the next 3 hours while the television blazes. And it's okay. In fact, I'm kind of interested in what they're saying on that commercial there and that advertisement. It's kind of interesting. Let me see it. In fact, I might even buy it. I might even remember the jingle that's associated with it. I might even start looking for it because they've cultured my mind to think that the floor has got to shine like a diamond, or my underarm has to smell like a rose, and I'm going to start smelling. I'm going to start looking for that. In fact, I'm going to allow myself to be conditioned by all the advertisements that I allow myself to see day by day by day. And so why is it strange? Why should anyone think it's strange that we should be able to advertise to ourselves the consciousness of our higher self? Why? Why would we say, we shouldn't be, chanting names of God or affirmations that affirm the presence of God within my heart? That's only left for Sunday. A Sunday service, which is a very weak and watered-down Sunday service, usually in all of our great major religions, watered down, weak, and
to not step on any
anemic.
Toes. Make people not feel guilty.
Yes, and controlling and manipulative outpouring of religion. So I'm a little, sometimes I get a little burr under my butt when I think about it. How organized religion this day is almost worthless. It's brought us very, very little in terms of enlightenment for those that follow it. I have to say it, I'm being a little bit angry at the fact that it's been so taken over and controlled and manipulated and watered down, and the truth of what is at our core is being left out of the pulpits of America and the world today. And Samadhi Games' dharma is to put it back in. Mm-hmm. I will not stand for any longer.
Uprising.
Yeah, an uprising of truth that will be at its core a palliative for what occurred on Monday. We need to feel the core of our hearts as one with God, always, forever, everywhere, everything, loving now, not waiting for some day for a Christ to fall out of the skies in his coming again. The Christ is fallen out of the skies right now in you. And until we all start to act like that, this will continue to happen on the planet. Believe me, I don't have to be a prophet to say that. It will continue to happen, and it will accelerate until finally everyone's hit so strongly over the head with this realization that we've got to start acting as though we're Christ now. rather than waiting for him to come out of the clouds and manifest his glory for all to see. So let's go on. I'd like to do the radiant circle of healing love and the art of life in liquid white light. O radiant circle of healing love and the art of life in liquid white light, encircle me now, encircle me now, encircle me now. I am this loving splendor, encircling me now. I am this living prana-chi, encircling me now. I am this liquid crystal fire, encircling me now. I am this samadhi, encircling me now. This I radiate, 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 as the active intelligence of powerful conscious volition that I am. I govern this exhaustless energy and precipitate all things into form. Of those who come under the radiation of this, my radiant circle of healing love and the art of life in liquid white light, including, and here you can name those loved ones, my sister who I quoted this morning on Samadhi Game, Christy Brinkley. You can name those in your tribe, in your family. I can say in the tribe, the Samadhi Game tribe. All those tuned in and listening to or who will listen to Samadhi Game in the future. And we continue on. I ignite and I expand the illuminating center within their bodies, emotions, and minds into that active, perfect, and eternal garment of enlightenment. O radiant circle of healing love and the art of life in liquid white light that I am. Instantly bring healing to and make art of all dual human ego in my world, opening wide the door of my heart to the ineffable, divine, and present existence, expression, and expansion.
I am
The wide open door of my heart, flooding forth the radiant circle of healing love and the art of life in liquid white light, the enchanting essence of my electronic body, and I am Samadhi. I balance, blaze, and dazzle the threefold activity of my heart's Samadhi. Ennobling love, wisdom, and power encircles me, now and forever bringing healing to and making art of every dual human ego activity, freeing me to leap into divine union with the source of these, the shining three. I am the mighty, magic, electromagnetic circle of invincible liquid love, light, and life substance, instantly transmuting and harmonizing, healing and making art of every discordance or distraction which seeks to enter or intrude itself, masquerading as the I am me. I am the self-sustaining perfection of my world, enfolded in the radiant circle of healing love and the art of life and liquid white light. The Samadhi that I am, I remain. Vanish the veils of light and shade. I abide in the shining truth of divine law and the justice of eternity. I am the lake of kindness, free of disturbing conditions, inner and outer. I am commanding all therapies within this, the inner magic of my radiant circle of healing love, to be revealed with the art of life and liquid white light of Samadhi, the all-pervading, serene, and harmonizing bliss. And if you won't join us for just a few moments in sitting as the Buddha, sitting as the Divine One, sitting in that Christ self, not waiting a moment longer for that Christ to come out of the clouds in some future time, but now the descent of the Christ within our own hearts, now the answer to our prayers for healing, reconciliation, prevention, now manifest and feel it so. Beautiful.
Yes.
I love James Horner.
I know that.
His beautiful, beautiful music that he composes for his movies is always that strong and tall, valiant music. Beautiful, beautiful. And in that valiance of the Christ, that valiance of the Buddha within us, we can hold that nowness of that Christ, Buddha, Krishna consciousness now within us and feel it so. How often when you go into a movie and they get to this part where the hero stands strong and tall and valiant, and you can feel it pouring through yourself. Mm-hmm. You can feel that valiance. That is the Christ. That is the truth, the life, and the way. It's that simple. It's not anything other than that. So, with Samadhi Game today, we're saying now, always, forever, everywhere, everything. We're loving now. We're not going to wait.
Stand in truth.
Stand in truth.
Don't coward like that guy. That was premeditated what he did. He packed those pipe bombs or backpacks full of shrapnel, intending to hurt as many as possible in 2 different locations. And that's a coward. His inability to talk things out, to talk in the truth.
Mm-hmm. And even if he knew that he was wrong, he probably felt humiliated in his wrongness. To have that strength, that spine within you, he could have shared what he was feeling.
Yes.
And someone could have, in that dialogue, in that conversation,
could have
diffused
point of
it. Yes. And given him a new lease on life. So everyone, there's many people like him, believe me. There's not going to be just one. There's going to be many like him. And we need to share this love with not only our friends, but also our potential enemies, so that they may be enlightened. They may be lifted up. Jesus said it, pray ye for your enemies. Mm-hmm. Pray for your enemies, seeming enemies, because they too are sons and daughters of God, children of the light. And the music swells upon that keynote. And we stand tall and strong in the Lord.
Girded.
Girded up. Gird up your loins.
Breastplate of righteousness.
On. And that's what we do with these mantras. We put on the breastplate of righteousness. And we are advertising to ourselves, and we're learning the jingles of eternity. And saying, I'm going to learn this jingle, and it's going to rotate in my brain over and over today. So let's do Samadhi's I Am, Memory, and Momentum, the golden river of sustained enlightenment and divine direction. Come on. From billowing clouds in the spotless sky of the tangible I Am Samadhi, that I am, comes now a downpour of the memory and momentum, the golden river of sustained enlightenment and divine direction. A drenching of mastery and dominion here and now.
Rivulets of
wise thinking, lovely feeling, and powerful activity, convergent as the eternal sweep of the sacred Ganga. The memory and momentum of love, wisdom, and power, flooding forth like a million Niagara Falls, ceaselessly descending into and around all my thoughts, feelings, and activities, including, and here you can see your activities for the day, and state them. For instance, for myself, I might say the Samadhi Game broadcast this morning, followed by a client coming to do healing work with, followed by repairing a rain gutter, followed by a trip to town to go swimming and get a little exercise at the gym, followed by a evening at Savoy for relaxation and smiles with my darling, lovely Robbie. You can do that too. And let's just take a moment and do that for yourself. See your day beautiful all the way through to the end when you lay your head down on the pillow and go off into a beautiful, beautiful dreaming sleep. And then we ask for the blessing. To harmonize and perfect them now, as Christos, as Krishna, as Buddha, as Allah, as Pharaoh, as monarch, as the Divine Mother, Father, as the Sun, conscious, neutral witness, awareness. I enter this golden river of sustained enlightenment and divine direction, here and now, bathing in the streaming memory and momentum of love, life, and light. I take command of all thoughts, feelings, and actions, but oh, the highlands of superconscious living in awareness. Lo, I am become the sea of mirth itself. Lo, I am become the sea of mirth itself. Lo, I am become the sea of mirth itself. O loving I am Samadhi that I am. O Ganesha, O great divine director and great karmic board, that I am. I invoke your memory and momentum of sustained enlightenment and divine direction. I am that guidance now. I am that courage and strength, that acts, and in my attention to my men with me, women with Robbie, purpose, plan, focus, freedom, dharma, and death. I hold my scepter, dominion, and power sustained from the joyous I am Samadhi that I am. I descend in the whirlwind radiance of this Christos, Krishna, Buddha, Allah, Pharaoh, monarch, Divine Mother, Father, Sun, conscious awareness. I envelop my four lower bodies with the unbroken thrill of that neutral witness and unique sexual essence. And I stand guard over my entire consciousness, being, and world, 24/7. O eternal I am Samadhi, beyond all imagination of expectancy. I charge my physical, emotional, mental, and etheric bodies with that memory and momentum of full conscious realization, as I issue the following command to all the polarized human creation and ego etched in my pranas, chakras, and meridians, and those of the entire planetary body.
Dissolve, consume,
transmute, and reconcile by the violet light of Samadhi. Dissolve, consume, transmute, and reconcile by the violet light of Samadhi. Dissolve, consume, transmute, and reconcile by the violet light of Samadhi. Let's take a moment and just feel that Samadhi within you, because we're asking that Samadhi, that eternal, always, forever, everywhere thing, that thing of Samadhi that is within you now. We're saying to that, we're commanding that to dissolve, consume, transmute, and reconcile by the violet light of Samadhi. Dissolve, consume, transmute, and reconcile by the violet light of Samadhi. Dissolve, consume, transmute, and reconcile by the violet light of Samadhi. I let the instantaneous release, self-luminous, infinitely intelligent light substance issue forth without limit from the immortal Samadhi that I remember I am. And I charge these pranas, chakras, and meridians, thoughts and feelings, activities and environment with the victorious memory and momentum of the golden river of sustained enlightenment and divine direction, such that all polarized human creation and ego is instantly transmuted and transfigured into refined and perfected states of awareness, action, and physicality. And our compass is here. Our compass is this Samadhi heart that we keep resting back into throughout the day. And when upheaval comes, get out the sword.
Yeah.
Get out that sacred word and say it loud and say it clear and shout it out from the rooftops who you are and what you're about on the planet. Don't let the dual human ego wash over you so far that you forget at your core of who you are. Keep coming back to your memory and momentum of this Samadhi, even in the face of negativity. Because that face of negativity has its short time only. Be comforted in that. It's only a short time until the Christ will come. All you have to do is remember, and there it is. Let's meditate. Feel the victory of this music. Feel the shivers up your spine. Don't wait. It's now. In this meditation, allow yourself to feel as though your heart singing in its samadhi is singing with all of us together on this broadcast, both now and archived now, even into the future. Thank you for joining us today. Thank you for bearing the weight of the Christ, of the Buddha, of the Krishna on your shoulders today. Thank you for accepting him, her, into your continence as the strong and tall, overcoming the weight of world karma with the radiance of our light. And again, look forward to us. We might have a spontaneous impromptu broadcast this weekend, who knows. But we will be back on Monday and next Wednesday and Monday and next Wednesday, creating a momentum day in and day out of Samadhi Game Mantra. We leave it to you to create your own momentum on the days that we don't come together, so that when we do come together, there is a momentum building that carries itself as a tribe, as a group. And that has a little bit more power then on the planet to shift this planet into its golden age, this golden age of enlightenment where we all are realized Christ, realized Buddha, realized Krishna. Have a wonderful day. Enjoy. Always, now, everywhere, thing, love, now.